Right, let's get this in before the generator kicks in with them washing the bikes, because I've got one here that could be taking a certain rider to victory at the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift 2025. That is right. Here in my hand is Demi Vollering's very fancy specialised tarmac that will be used throughout the race, and it's a special edition. She's got a custom colourway for the race, one that harks back, that plays homage to her background of being, well, not just a duchy, but growing up on a flower farm. Her mum and dad owned a flower farm. They have done a good job at making it look, well, exactly like a place where she would have grown up and spent lots of her time being a kid amongst the sweet smelling flowers. Right, but what is she using? Let's delve into that. For starters, the frame is a 54. Wheels come from Specialized in-house brand Roval. She's using a couple of pairs actually for the race, depending on the stage. She's got the Roval Sprints, the new ones, to choose from if she wants to use them with a carbon spokes. The wheels that we first saw being used at the Tour de France this year by the Quick Step and the Bora team. She's also got the new CLX Freeze. They are shod, not with Specialized tyres, but Conti's. We've got Conti 5000 TLR or TLR TTs, depending on the race, and a 28 group set Shimano. They're still sponsored by Shimano, just not for the wheels this year. Last year they had wheels and group set. This year just group set. Obviously the best of the best for Demi and the team. Chainring setup though, it's different again, much like the wheels, depending on what stage she's. When she hits the high mountains, it's going to be a 36-54, but for them first 4-5 stages, she's going to be using a 40-54 chainring setup out front with an 11-34 out back, no matter the stage. Let's delve into a few touch points now, because what's interesting looking around here at the other riders' bikes on the team, they've mostly got the 3D printed Power or Roman saddles. None of that new Power though, it's the old version saddle. Demi though, she's got a Mimic, which I don't think's been available for a little while now. So she must have a bit of a stash hiding away, ready for her team bikes. 4 in all, which she'll be using at the race. She's got 3 in this colourway, then her 4th in the standard team edition paint job. The rest of the riders have 3 bikes. Other touch point, them bars, the Roval bars, the new ones. We've got a 36, 115, bottle cages and a new Elite. Ligaro carbon, we've seen them on all the Team Pro bikes who use Elite cages, super lightweight, crank length. Something else we need to know, a 170, she's not gone super short yet. In fact, looking around at the rest of the team, it's either 170 with a smattering of 165 in there. Weight wise, I've been told it's 6.86. I don't want to be putting scales around this thing and scratching a very nice paint job, do I? Right, I think that is about everything that Demi will be riding throughout this 2025 edition of the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift. Will this be the bike that takes her to victory? We will find out in 9 stages time. Bike check number 2, and we've got another one here with absolute awesome paint job. We're here over at lidl-trek, and I'm going to say they've outdone the men's team with the colourway of the Madone that they will be using for the next 9 stages. This one, no story behind it, not inspired by any artists, but I'm guessing it's inspired by an era, the 1990s. I remember having a bike like this, I think it was an Alpine Star, splattered paint job. Let's just say, looks like they're going to be partying on this thing. So let's delve into what they're using beyond a very nice looking Madone. Right, let's start with the wheels. As always, it's Trek's in-house brand Bontrager, the Aeroad RSL 51s. I'm told they won't be changing up too much throughout the race. This is the stock standard wheels that they'll be using for the sprints, the high mountains. They're a good all-round model. What's interesting as well, if you look closely with these bikes, is lidl-trek are actually sponsored by Tri-Peak this year. Those people that make very nice bearings, bottom brackets, jockey wheels. Right, let's move on out then. P0 race tyres, RS of course, in a 28, and if you can ask me about the pressure, forget it. Computer's going off, if you heard that little beep then. It's a Wahoo Element Bolt 3. 100% charged as well. That is hanging off the 3740 bar with a 130 stem, which looks really long on this medium frame, doesn't it? Next contact point, Aeolus Pro saddle, but I've seen a few of them on that new Aeolus 3D printed one. I'm not 100% sure it's in the catalogue yet. So let's have a look, but it looks very smart indeed. Another little detail, they're not using the aero bottles throughout the race. Apparently it's a personal preference thing for the team. They're using the standard elite bottles, but in the aero bottle cages, got to say the colour's nice, so isn't it? Right, group set, as we all know, SRAM sponsor not just the women's team, but the men's team as well. Question is, what ratio is Northgard using? Well, we got a 52-39 up front and a 10-36 out back. Now, if you see one of the riders not riding one of these bikes, it's because it'll be one of their spare bikes. They've got one bike in this colourway, which should be more than enough to stand out from the crowd. Let's get the scales out. You reckon it's 7.4? Right, let's see. With a computer, 7.55.
7.55, you can keep the bike.
Really? Oh, bloody ace, this sounds alright. 7.5 on the dot! 50 grams off and I could have been walking home with it. Right, on to the next bike. I don't think we're going to beat the colourway though. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Right, over to Canyon SRAM Zonda Crypto, a team that took the yellow jersey, and I've got the bike for the lady that did that. Yes, Keisha's Aeroad CFR. So what's she riding? What have the team kitted her out with? What have her sponsors adorned the bike with? Let's start with frame size. It is an extra small, and I've got to say, some of the bikes that I've seen here at the race so far, which we'll get into in later videos, look absolutely wild in the smaller sizes. Next up on this one though, we got the Zip wheels, the 353 NSWs. These apparently, I was told by the mechanic, do have that new tyre pressure sensor in there, but they're not using it all the time during races. But what they are using are the new Schwalbe valves. They're not Presta, they're not Schrader, they're a whole new design. Will we see them take off? I do not know, but they're the only team using them here at the race, as far as I've seen so far. But they're using the Schwalbe Pro 1 tyres in a 30mm, but oh God, mate, they blow up quite big. Do I have to make a trip down to the local DIY store to get some calipers? Stay tuned. Right, group set, of course, when you got SRAM in the title, sponsor name is SRAM, and she's running the latest red Axis group set. Gear wise, it's quite interesting. 50-37 up front and a 10-36 out back. And yeah, you noticed it. Gold for someone who won yellow last year. It looks smart. I've seen the rainbow stuff from SRAM before, but never the gold stuff. And yes, it is all waxed as well. Onto them bars and stem. Extra small frame demands an extra small bar. We've got a 90cm stem there with a 37 width bar. Hanging off the front of that, Hammerhead Karoo 3 computer. And I've got to say, that mount for it looks pretty substantial. 3D printed as well. Ooh, cranks, we will need to know them, won't we? 165. Final two touch points for this bike. Time pedals, of course, not matching the bike, but matching the current team kit. These are the Team Edition X10 Pro, if I remember rightly. And the saddle comes from Ergon. Now, this brand is, believe it or not, run by the brother who owns Canyon, so it's no surprise to see that on there. Let's get the weight in. 7.445. Yeah, that feels it. Oh, and you've still got the skewers in there. Bike number 2 from the team. We got Chloe Dygert's one this time round, and look at that. I've got to say, I prefer this paint job to the other one. Not that the other one's bad, but this one's absolutely blinding, isn't it? Look at it. Could look at that all day, couldn't you? Right, so what's she riding compared to Keisha? Well, a little bit bigger. We've got a size S frame here. Still the Aeroad CFR model though, but we've got different bars here as well. This time round, we've got the core base bar, and it's classed as the CP0048, slightly different because it's 0 degrees. That stem is a 120 and she's got a 39 width bar, which I'm gonna say Bit of a unique size that, isn't it? I'm not allowed to mention the pedals and the saddle, promised I wouldn't talk about them, but same wheels again, the Zip 303 NSWs, and yeah, they've got this tyre pressure sensor in there as well. No gold chain this time round, but it is waxed as well, just the same as that cassette, which is again 1036. I just wanted to get this one over because it looks absolute brill, doesn't it? Right crank length 172.5, very traditional of Chloe there, in it. There's no major change here at all, just a few preferences here and there, but all in all, just got to say, come on UCI, come on teams, can we make this a little bit better? We don't need an old inner tube wrapped around the fork just to keep the race sensor on there. Can we have something a little bit more classy? It's ruining the frame, or at least the fork. Right, now we've enjoyed looking at that one, I think that is it from the first bunch of team bikes that we're going to be looking at here at the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift. And I got to say, we started well, haven't we? Demi's bike, that awesome 90s inspired Trek, and 2 team bikes from a team that took home the yellow jersey last year. What's your favourite? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching, and enjoy your riding and enjoy the next 9 days of racing.